All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the wonderful Getting Married Bridal Fair online stream. But for those that are just joining us right now, I would like to formally extend our warmest of welcomes to all of you as you now join us for the third and biggest online virtual event of the Getting Married Bridal Fair series. But please allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Kevin Lapena, and for this stretch of the program for this afternoon, I am privileged to be your host. Now, I'd like to take this opportunity to first thank my co-host, who you've seen earlier if you've been watching the program from the very start, Mr. RJ Ledesma. Kaya sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon, palakpakan po natin si Mr. RJ Ledesma for doing a fantastic job. All right, so now, the video that we just saw is just a precursor to what we're going to be hearing more from in just a little while. But before we get to meet the brilliant mind behind the beautiful work that we just showed you, I'm going to plug just a little promotion before we get to that, all right? I am going to be giving away one free hosting gig to a lucky couple who will share this video. Number one, you need to share this video. Second, please find me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Kevin Lapena. Like my page. And when you share this video, please put it on your status. I want at Kevin Lapena to host my wedding. All right? Bonus points are the ones that will add more reason for me to host for you. But if you want me to host for you guys for free, just like my page, share this video, and put it on your caption. I want at Kevin Lapena to host my wedding. All right? So now with that being said, going back to our very special guests, mauubusan po ako ng mga adjectives to describe this person because he is one of the most sought-after wedding and event stylists in the whole country and perhaps even internationally, if I may say as well. The man that needs no further introduction, everybody in the virtual world and everybody watching with me right now, please give a very warm welcome to the Mr. Randy Lazaro. All right, can you speak into the microphone again, Sir Randy? It's just technical.
Hello. Hi everyone watching.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo, Sir Randy.
Good afternoon, sir.
I am very honored to get to share the camera with you because for those that might not be too familiar, si Sir Randy talaga ang isang mga pillars ng wedding and events industry here in the country. So it is an honor for me to share the stage with you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you coming from you.
All
I'm
right.
very honored.
So, for the benefit of those watching, sa harap po natin may mga booths tayo bilang bridal fair po nga ito.
Yes.
So aside from the beautiful set that we have here, Randy also has a nice booth set up for everybody. I'm not sure if we're gonna be showing it. I-display po ba natin yung booth ni Sir Randy? Let's take this opportunity to see your work. So Sir Randy, while we're showing everybody the booth that you have set up, hope you wouldn't mind taking us through it. Aabangan lang po natin kapag naka-display na yung work nyo. Ayan! So Sir Randy, this is your booth. Can you take us through what we're seeing here?
Actually, what I did is actually more on home celebration kasi nowadays kasi very in demand yung mga intimate events. So what I use is, for example, yung chairs natin is more on solahiya and then the wood tables na very Filipino settings. Kasi one of my favorite setup talaga is rustic theme, which is actually very favorite din ng mga couples nowadays. So very Filipino yung approach, very calm, very clean, very organic. Yon. So nag-focus ako doon sa mga details na parang nag-explain on yung depth ng pagiging Filipino. Yon.
You mentioned that one of your favorite themes when decorating events and weddings, gusto nyo medyo rustic siya, no?
Yes.
And based on the booth that you have here, we're gonna whip it out again in a little while. Medyo modern siya compared with the other displays here. And it looks really hip. So parang naa-atake niyo both the very traditional and the sophisticated style, but at the same time, parang medyo youthful and hip din siya.
Yes, kasi syempre may touch na tayo ng millennials, ganyan. So yung modern kasi kailangan i-meet mo yung traditional tsaka yung modern talaga para at least kaya pa rin siyang i-adapt ng bagong generations.
And then it looks like here, very sophisticated setup at the dinner table. Can you describe what we're seeing here?
What you see, what I use is actually the charger plates or the placemats. Gumamit ako ng mga organic materials like yung abaka or even the flowers. Medyo selected yung flowers na ginamit ko para at least medyo lighter yung approach ng design. Kasi pag more on wood settings kasi, kailangan yung flowers natin lumulutang or nakikita mismo doon sa design. So para lang maging medyo seryoso or medyo intimate, ginamitan ko siya ng mga candle holders na color black para mag-more on very intimate and very homey lang talaga yung design.
And I see at the back, may neon sign din ito. Has this become a prevailing trend for young couples to include?
Of course, the neon lights, hindi yan nagpapatalo. Yan usually yung mga requested mostly ng mga couples right now, yung neon lights. Bigla siyang naging in demand nowadays. Mostly sa mga home affairs or intimate weddings, talagang nire-request ng mga couples natin to have that kasi very personalized. They can put actually their names, their initials, para yung events talaga nila is very personalized and it's all about the couple. Parang dun pa lang masasabi mo na sa amin to, wedding namin to.
It takes a long time to be able to figure out how to properly style a wedding or any kind of celebration that would best reflect yung vision ba ng couple or ng kliyente as opposed to, kasi artist po kayo, di ba? And this is your canvas. It's one thing to be able to create kung ano lang naiisip niyo, sir. It's another thing to be able to bring out kung ano na i-envision ng kliyente.
Well, ang secret naman with regards to event styling is you need to listen to your client, to the couple. Kasi at the end of the day, it's all about them. Tayong mga stylists, kaming mga stylists, what we do is parang gamitin lang yung magic hands namin, para mangyari yung dreams nila. So parang kami lang yung tool, kami lang yung, alam mo yon, nag-execute dun sa mga dreams nila. So, ako, very happy ako when yung client nagbibigay sa akin ng positive feedback. Ibig sabihin, nakinig ako sa kanila. So parang kinilala ko yung client na, kumbaga, mas nakinig ako sa mga gusto nilang mangyari sa wedding. Kasi now hindi lahat kasi ng design, it's all about you as a stylist. Kailangan it's still the client. Sila pa rin ang masusunod. Sila pa rin yung pakikinggan mo para maging masaya sila at the end. Kasi syempre, during the wedding day, kailangan sila pa rin ang pinakamasaya. Diba?
Which definitely reflects kung ano sinabi ko kanina na it takes a lot of expertise para malaman at ma-bring out yung magic nga ng gusto na makita ng couple. So with that being said, yung tenure po ninyo as an event stylist, as a wedding stylist, kung okay lang po na maitanong ko sa inyo, how long have you been a florist and or a stylist?
I can see parang medyo amateur pa ako sa event industry. Kasi I've been in the business for almost 5 years now. Actually, this month, I'm celebrating my 5th year in the industry.
Congratulations!
Yeah. So very honored ako, very happy ako na kahit paano in a short period of time, parang na-recognize ako in the event industry. And I'm very humble. I'm very honored talaga sa papuri or sa mga acknowledgement na na-receive ko nowadays. So, yun, it's been a crazy ride for the last 5 years, pero I'm very honored, very grateful, and very blessed.
Very well said. And in the 5 years that you've been in this industry, marami na talaga kayong nakita, no, sir?
Yes.
So, since medyo tricky yung naging sitwasyon natin for the past year, can you tell us more or less kung ano ba nagbago sa industriya during the onset of the pandemic and now na bumubukas na ulit yung normal life na kung tawagin?
Yes. Yung pandemic kasi, it's really affected a lot in the event industry. I'm very happy and humbled na I was able to surpass. Although I'm striving and trying to survive talaga, kasi lahat naman tayo, we want to survive talaga. But yung sekreto dito is you need to keep on innovating. yung kailangan ma-enhance mo lagi yung craft mo para at least kahit ano yung ibala sa'yo, kaya mo siyang sugurin or kaya mo siyang gawin. So yun lang, yun yung advice ko na parang this pandemic talagang ma-feel mo madadown ka or ano. So keep on tapos i-enhance mo lang yung craft mo. Ganon. Enjoy mo lang yung yung moment. Especially pag nabibigyan ka ng pagkakataon ng couple na gawin yung mga dream weddings nila or settings na gusto nilang mangyari.
I really appreciate learning a lot from you during this brief conversation, but for the benefit of time, before we let you go, Sir Randy, may isang request lang po ako sa inyo.
Yes.
For those that are watching right now who are dreaming of having the Randy Lazaro style their wedding, paano po ba, how do they get in touch with you? Bilang bridal fair po ba ito? Do you have any special promos, any announcements? What do you have to say to everybody watching right now, sir?
Right now kasi I'm giving away bridal entourage or the bridal bouquet plus the entire entourage for free. Well, guys, for you to be able to reach us, you just need to DM us through our Instagram, which is Randy Lazaro. Very very easy na yan to reach out. Our website is randylazaro.com. So just send us a DM so we can send you back our replies.
And you heard it from the man himself. They're going to be giving away one bridal bouquet, pati na rin complete for the entourage, no?
Yes, yes.
And there is only one thing that you guys need to do. First things first, pay attention. Please answer this correctly. Ilang taon na sa industriya si Mr. Randy Lazaro? How long has Mr. Randy Lazaro been in the events industry? Just type your answers into the comment section below and include the hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and hashtag GM Bridal Fair Live Show. Uulitin ko po yun. The question is, how long has Mr. Randy Lazaro been in the events industry? Put your answers into the comment section along with the hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and GM Bridal Fair Live Show. We're going to be announcing the lucky winner later on in the program. So with that being said, Mr. Randy Lazaro, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so much. We're getting married.
All right, welcome back, everybody. What you just saw is just a glimpse of the incredible talent that this next guest has for everybody here. And lucky for us, we're gonna get a chance to have a conversation with the Gary Dakanai himself. But before that, I am encouraging everybody watching right now, if you have any questions, any comments that you would like to pose to our special guest, please type it into the comments. We're going to try our best to read each and every one of them. And who knows, baka masagot din ni Mr. Gary Dakanai. So, with that being said, I've mentioned his name a few times already. Please welcome Mr. Gary Dakanai.
We're getting married. Hello, good afternoon to everyone and to all our viewers online. Hi, Kevin. Good afternoon.
Gary, thank you very much. I have been looking forward to getting to sit down with you and picking your brain because as everybody here already knows in the industry, kayo ang isa talaga sa mga sought after ng mga couples or even clients from the corporate world.
Thank you for the kind words, Kevin. Yes, I feel humbled. I guess it's years of experience, so humbled and thankful.
And we are also fortunate enough to get a peek into the work that you do because you have a booth here. But before we get to go through the setup that you had arranged this afternoon, I want to get to speak to you first on a personal level. Kamusta po, especially for the past year?
The past year has been so challenging, of course. It's a cliche, so it's very challenging talaga. So it's survival of the fittest. So we're still here, standing, very happy and proud. Life must go on.
Very well said. Has there been anything that you did differently para siguro ma-offset yung mga nangyaring pauses in the events industry?
Well, as I have said, the benchmark is survival of the fittest. So if you have to look at the other side of your personality, use your talents, use your undiscovered talents, harness them. So in order to survive, so you have to be a winner on that matter.
One of the things that I keep saying is one of the silver linings brought about the whole lockdown and the pandemic is that it kind of forced a lot of people to be creative, to change perhaps careers or to enhance,
Yes,
diba,
that's
to
true.
innovate. Did this also give you an opportunity to be more creative, to think of new things to do with your work?
Well, I just shifted the focus, but it's still related to flowers and event styling. I put up different flower shops in malls and also in our locality. So it's selling and it's rewarding. And financially, it's very good naman. So I just shifted the focus, but still the same. It's the same about my passion for flowers, passion for beauty, ganon.
Congratulations! Yung mga flowers po sa mall, as you mentioned, is it still available right now?
Yes, we have, I don't know if we are allowed to say the brand, but we have some stores in different malls and in our municipality in Pangasinan. So we have a lot of shops there. So operational.
I'm really glad to hear that. So now on screen, I see they're showing bits and pieces of the work that you set up here in the ballroom of the Hilton Manila. Can you take us through this setup that you have, Sir Gary?
Okay, when we were tasked to pick our theme, incidentally, I got celestial theme. So there's one common denominator for celestial theme setups. So more on lights. So you have to play with lights. You have to play with colors, because colors and lights, they really matter a lot. So what we're seeing right now is a setup inspired. So it's with modern look. So we just used gold, white, and green. As simple as that.
What made you think of putting up this concept of all the things that you could have put together for the bridal fair here at the Hilton? Why a celestial theme?
Of course, this was assigned to me, so it was not my hand-picked.
Sorry, di ko alam may
so,
assignment pala dyan.
so parang nag-draw lots kami. So I got this theme, so medyo aware naman ako how does it look. So more on lights talaga. And that's it. More on glare, lights, and natural elements lang.
It really is beautiful because it's immediately in front of us right here.
And
Favor lang.
I made it a point that it should look unique.
It does look unique. Parang nest yung dome, eh, no?
And there's a tinge of production design. That is our trademark.
Parang production design.
Yes, I always infuse production design in my creations.
Very well said. So now moving on to the couples who might be, usually they are new to exploring the whole styling and the whole array of services in the wedding industry. What is the process here? So kung hindi pa nila alam kung ano gusto nilang itsura ng magiging reception or ng wedding nila, how do you guys help them out to envision their reception a little more?
Okay, actually, Kevin, it starts with the question, what if? You have to be very imaginative. Close your eyes as a bride. Close your eyes, know what you like, and then imagine. And then ask yourself, what if? So after that, it comes along. So you have to be very imaginative and creative. Close your eyes. Know what you love. Know what you like.
Okay, now on to you, Sir Gary. With the many options that they have for people that can style their special occasion, what would you say would be the trademark of the Gary Dakanai?
Yes, at what I have said a while back. So we always infuse production design in our designs. As much as possible, design should not be repetitive. I know that there are some wedding receptions that are, maybe they find it overused, hackneyed or what. So we try to invent. We try to invent our style. Should I say unpredictable? You have to be very unpredictable in event styling in order to stay afloat.
Yeah, and also what comes with that probably is also flexibility, no?
Yes. Flexibility, and you have to, excuse me, flexibility, and you have to learn how to adjust to the consequences that come along the way.
For the couples that aren't familiar nga again with how these things go, minsan, the evening before the reception itself, may mga pwedeng maging changes din doon, di ba?
Yes, surprisingly. There are a lot of changes. So you have to be very flexible. You have to be very fast. You have to think fast. alert.
And all the more it's important that if they want their wedding to be as dreamy as they want it to be, they really shouldn't trust their celebration in the hands of someone like you, sir.
Yes, it's a collaboration. A collaboration of two minds. You have to combine my passion, his passion, and then we come up with a super idea.
So with that being said, it comes with immense recommendation that you reach out to the Gary Dakanai himself. So if you want to look into getting Mr. Gary Dakanai to style your special event or occasion, sir, how do they get in touch with you? What promos can they expect? What do you have to say to the people watching right now, sir?
Okay, we're very much available online. So you could send private message to me in Instagram. Actually, Kevin, I answer questions personally. So in email, I answer email personally because I want to be very personal in contacting my clients. So they have to, so they have to get in touch with me sa Facebook, Instagram, or my cell number. So we have a fan page as well. So you look for Gary Dakanai Weddings and Events, FB fan page, and Instagram. Yun.
Wow, very personalized talaga. Tapos
Yes.
makakasigurado kayo na whoever responds to your messages, si Gary mismo yung
There's
sasagot
no
nun.
should-do reply. So it's me replying. Okay.
All right, so before we let you go, Sir Gary, we have a promo or a giveaway that we would like to share to everybody watching right now. As Sir Gary mentioned earlier, they will be giving away one bridal bouquet and a bouquet complete for the entourage, correct?
Yeah, it's all imported, but the entourage is local. But maganda pa rin siya. So all imported bridal bouquet or entourage.
Yes, for the entourage.
Yes.
Imported pa by the Mr. Gary Dakanai. At simple lang ang mga kailangan yung gawin. All you need to do is give the correct answer to this question. What is the trademark of Mr. Gary Dakanai when he styles events and or weddings? Again, I'm going to ask it again. What did Mr. Gary Dakanai say earlier is the trademark of him and his team when he styles wedding and events? All you need to do is type in your answer in the comment section below and include the hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and hashtag GM Bridal Fair Live Show. Huwag niyo kalimutan yung mga hashtags kasi hindi namin papansinin yung mga walang hashtag. Kailangan complete because this is a very competitive competition, especially for someone like Sir Gary. So once again, Sir Gary, thank you very much.
Thank you so
Palakpakan po
much.
natin ulit, Mr. Gary Dakanai.
We're getting married. Na, 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 na. We're getting
All right, and from one big figure to the next, we will be welcoming one of the trendsetters as of late. If you want custom-made shoes, this next person will show us how. So please watch this. in the whole trend of having everything custom fit your size, your taste, your preferences, we have with us a trailblazer in that field, but particularly in the footwear that you choose for your special occasions or perhaps in your everyday wear. So here with us is the trailblazer and the brilliant mind behind Shoepatos, the one, the only Miss Doreen Odvina.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Miss Doreen, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you also. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, the pleasure is all ours, needless to say. So for those just tuning in right now, I am highly encouraging all of you to type in your comments, questions. If you want to ask anything to me or to Miss Doreen, i-type nyo na. Live tayo ngayon, sayang naman yung opportunity na ito. Is that right, Miss Doreen?
Yes, that's right.
That we have a screen in front of us, we can read your comments real time. Okay, Miss Doreen, before we get to asking you questions about Chupatos, of course, you as a person, I wanna get to know you a little more. Kamusta po kayo?
I'm good. We just came from Dubai with Leyva. We're still tired, but we are continuously working.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk about earlier. Ano po yung nangyari sa Dubai? Parang ibang klaseng experience yon.
Yes, it's a one-of-a-kind experience because actually, it's the first business trip of Shoepatos, and I did not expect it to be in the Arab Fashion Week, working with Leyva and the fashion icon Michael Cinco. So, it's really one for the books.
Grabe, parang kaka-start nyo pa lang and already, you're international, partnering with top designers and stylists in the country. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it feels very much fulfilling. And I feel like we're doing a great job and we are on the right path in terms of the business process that we're doing and expanding the business. I think my roadmap of 2021 and continuously to 2022, I think it's correctly positioned and planned.
Congratulations. So for context, that's why a lot of people have been admiring Miss Doreen's work, have been impressed with what she's done in a short span of time. Bagong-bago lang po yung business ng Shoepatos. Is that right?
Actually, Chupatos has been there for a while. My first bride is Nerina Igmiranda because Charisse of Nice Print introduced me to her. But, you know, I just launched my shoe atelier because I resigned from the corporate world, from being an e-commerce IT girl, and now doing custom-made shoes. We just opened our shoe atelier at the Peninsula Manila this June 27, 2021. So it's fairly new because now is the time that they see me offline, that there is Doreen.
My physical presence now.
Correct, that's right.
So this is really interesting to find out. You mentioned earlier you were in the corporate world doing IT work for 15 years?
Yes, I was in the corporate for 15 years.
For 15 years, and all of a sudden you made this big shift to doing custom-made shoes, not just for weddings, but for other big events as well. Why? Why this big shift?
Because I love shoes and I just want to follow my passion and what my heart says. I also love couture and I also have my dreams with fashion design. Actually, I also studied dressmaking, but I wanted to focus now on shoemaking because a lot of fashion designers is recommending me. So I don't want to be their competitor, you know. So I'm just focusing now on custom-made shoes and supporting our fashion designers like Leyva during their fashion shows.
Wonderful. So relatively speaking, custom-made shoes, medyo bago siya as compared to having bespoke suits made, custom clothes made. Probably it would be safe to say that a lot of people might not know how to go about when having custom shoes made. What is the process? What do they do first if they want to have shoes done at Shoepatos?
The process is we have to figure out what design is suitable for the bride. So it will depend on many things like the personality of the bride, her age, the venue. So if it's a beach wedding, then, you know, of course we cannot use pointed heels. It would also depend on the design of their gown. So if her gown is ivory color, then the shoes may be ivory or nude as well. Or if her theme is burgundy, or she can do burgundy colored custom shoes. So it depends on many things. The heel's height is also a factor. Once we figure out all these things, then we will we will propose a design for the bride. And sometimes the bride knows already what she wants. So we meet in the middle, we work together, and then once the design is approved, then that's the time that we proceed into production.
All right, thank you for that. But in terms of going through this process, can this be done indirectly, parang through Zoom, or do they need to go to the shop, get their measurements done? How does this thing go?
It is always recommended to do it in our shoe atelier, so that we'll be the one to measure their feet correctly. But of course, we also have overseas brides and brides from different parts of the world. We have already designed a process for them to teach them how to measure their feet correctly, by giving them an easy step-by-step guide, and asking for their shoe size just to double-check it. And then we ship internationally.
What would you say then would be the benefit of having a pair of custom shoes done as opposed to buying it off the rack?
Oh, okay. It's a good thing that you asked that because, a lot of brides do not realize that custom shoes is very vital for a whole day event. Most brides would pick branded shoes, imported branded shoes, but their feet would hurt the entire day. But with Chupatos, the benefits of having custom-made shoes done is that, number one, it matches your personality, and number two, we're sure that it fits the specifications of your gown, and number three is actually the most important one, is the comfort. Our shoes are actually made for all-day wear, so that you'll be comfortable from the start of your preparation until the end of your reception. Because, parang, if your feet hurts, it really ruins your mood. But of course, on your wedding day, you don't want to be irritated naman because your feet is hurting, diba?
Yeah, definitely. But now, on to something a little more personal on my end. For us guys, minsan medyo simple-minded lang yung mga lalaki. We see a nice pair of shoes in the mall. All right, okay na yan sa akin, I'm gonna buy. So for those, ito parang ganito. I just bought this in the mall. Bakit ba? How can the normal or the casual male get attracted to say, okay, I'm gonna consider having custom-made shoes done by the Miss Doreen?
Okay. For men's shoes, aside from the comfort, because the insoles are made of slow recall memory foam, aside from that, for grooms who needs a little lift, a little height, then we also make the secret lifter for their shoes. We customize it in a way so that the groom will be a bit taller than the bride.
Mag-uusap tayo mamaya. And you mentioned earlier that it doesn't have to stop sa wedding or sa special occasion na susuotin yung shoes. It's comfortable enough to be worn kahit araw-araw, di ba?
Yes. Actually, we recommend the brides to come up with a design that they can use even after the wedding, so as the grooms.
And you can change it up a bit just to make it look a little more everyday friendly, right?
Most of the shoes that we make for ladies can be transformed into a different design, like through ankle straps, different designs of ankle straps. At the same time, we also have the rhinestones and crystal clip-ons that they can clip on and clip off.
Okay, often overlooked but very important, especially now that we've heard from you about custom-made shoes and how important shoes play a role in the whole look of the event. Not just your outfit, but the whole event as well. So for those that are already interested to get in touch with you, Miss Doreen, have custom-made shoes done care of Shoepatos, how do they get in touch with you? Any promos that you'd like to share? What do you have to say, ma'am, for our viewers right now?
Okay, we are having a promo today, only until Monday. We are giving out 20% discounts for bride and groom shoes package.
And from what I hear, in the spirit of celebrating this whole bridal fair and the reopening of live events and weddings in the Philippines, we are also be giving away, care of Shoepatos, a free pair of custom-made shoes for the bride and the groom. Okay? Simple lang ulit yung mga mechanics natin. We will be asking a question and you just type into the comment section the correct answer. Do you have a question prepared for the audience here?
Oh, okay. Should we ask the audience here now?
Yeah. Kung meron kayo, kayo na po magtanong. Kung wala, I have a question prepared for our audience.
Sige, you can ask na lang.
Okay. So, can you tell me why Miss Doreen was in Dubai recently? For those paying attention, all right? Kung nakikinig kayo sa kwento ni Miss Doreen kanina, she said that she had to travel to Dubai. For what purpose was this? Type your answers into the comment section below, and please do not forget to include our hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and hashtag GM Bridal Fair Live Show. We're going to be announcing the lucky winners of a pair of custom-made shoes for both the bride and the groom. So please stay tuned for that. So once again, please, a virtual round of applause for Miss Doreen Odvina of Shoepatos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married.
All right, so on to our next VIP guest. I'm sure you will look forward to seeing what we have in store for you. FJ Sionson, Flowers and Events. We have a video package. Watch this right now.
We're getting married, na 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 na. 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 We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married. It's fine, our souls are meant to be together. Say I do, I love you, and say hey. We're getting married, na 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 na. 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 We're getting married, na 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 na.
Grabe, we really are jam-packed with top-tier talent this afternoon at the Getting Married Bridal Fair. So if you enjoyed that video package that we showed you right now, now's the time for you guys to get to pick the brain of the person behind all of that. So joining me right now, please give a very warm welcome for the one and only Mr. FJ Sionson.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, Kevin.
Sir, looking very sharp this afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, so katulad nung ginawa natin kanina, sir, with all the other stylists and guests that we had, we're gonna go through the setup that they have here at the Hilton Hotel. But before we get to that, of course, kakamustahin ko po kayo. Sir, how have you been, especially for this past year?
Okay, this year, sobrang challenging, syempre, pandemic, di ba? So, lahat ng ginagawa naming events ngayon mostly is intimate lang. Then, sumabay pa yung lockdown or kung ano-ano bang ano dyan. So, yun yung mga challenging para sa amin.
Have you done things any differently to adapt, to adjust during this whole quote-unquote new or better normal?
Yes, sobrang nag-adjust kami. Hindi lang ako, kahit yung mga co-suppliers ko, adjust kahit sa mga pagdating sa supply ng flowers, adjust din, and then demand din ng mga client. Sobrang iba-iba.
Is there any advice that you'd give your clients who had to downsize their celebrations? For example, they envisioned a really grand style, a really grand setup for their reception, and then they just settled for, let's say, okay, we're gonna do an intimate wedding. What do you have to give? What advice do you have to share to them para at least makuha pa rin nila yung magic that they were after?
Depende kasi. Actually, makukuha naman nila yung magic na yan. Depende rin sa place, sa location, and then number one is budget. Okay.
Budget. All right, that's definitely an important factor, and we might get into that also in a little while. But for now, since nakita ko na naka-on, very bright lights in front of us, we want to show you the beautiful setup of Mr. FJ here this afternoon. So, FJ, hope you wouldn't mind taking us through your booth that we're going to be showing our viewers. Hopefully, right now we're going to be flashing it in your screens. All right, so while we're waiting for it to be flashed on screen, reminding everybody, ayan na, sige, mamaya na yung plug na sasabihin ko. Sir FJ, can you take us through the design that you have done here at the Hilton?
Okay, that's an Enchanted theme, tablescape. I use pastel colors and
There are a lot of flowers here. And of course, it's been a sort of like a common theme to use a variety of flowers also. Is there a particular set or arrangement of flowers that you recommend to your couples?
okay, I recommend to all couples na gusto magpakasal or actually depende sa theme na gusto nila. So usually I love doing simple tablescape yan kasi Enchanted eh.
Simple pa yan, ha?
Ayun. So, syempre, alam naman natin lahat ng couple ngayon gusto sobrang ganda, magical, di ba?
Of course, of course. So, again, a lot of couples, they come into planning their weddings with zero background, zero knowledge about the whole wedding industry. So, what recommendation can you give them? Okay, ito ang magandang theme ngayon, ito ang hip, ito ang modern. What sort of theme is that, would you say?
Let's go to very natural setup. Like rustic, hindi ganun sobrang daming nangyayari. In natural setup. More on plants, greens, whites. Neutral.
And that's very interesting that you mentioned plants and greens because, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, FJ, ha? A big portion of the budget when it comes to getting a stylist decorate the whole celebration goes to the flowers then that they use, especially if it's top quality flowers that they're using, no? But for those that have that are more sensitive when it comes to budget, is there a way around that? Is there an alternative to have really great styling but walang bulaklak?
Yeah, kaya. Like using plants. Pwede yan. More on greens, like this in our backdrop, no flowers. We can do, pwedeng mag-create ng styling using foliage and greens.
Oo nga, no?
Di ba ang ganda?
The set behind us, puro greens talaga.
Yeah.
And is there a particular kind of plant na uso ngayon? Is it the trend now? Because sa mga plantita, may mga ganyang happening di ba?
Yes, napakadami kasi most of plants ngayon very expensive. Like the monstera, the tropical one, lahat yan. Pero syempre, depende. Kung yung budget mo, hindi ganun, babudget natin dun sa klase ng plants, pwede naman.
Is there a particular process that you go through with your clients as to how you can efficiently execute the things that they envision the reception to be? Can you take us through that? Kung interesado man sila to work with you, FJ, how does this go?
Usually naman nag-work yan, depende rin naman sa location or venue. Or depende rin sa character ng couple Diba? So kung okay yung couple, why not? Or go sila dun sa binigay kong idea for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very, very well said. Has there been an instance before that a couple had no idea about what they wanted to do tapos sinabi nila, all right, FJ, the canvas is blank, ikaw na bahala gumawa nito?
Yes, marami. Mas gusto ko yung ganun Kami yung masusunod. Kasi hindi naman, di ba, kaya ka nag-hire ng stylist para mapaganda mo yung place. Kasi some of our clients minsan may mga peg silang dala or na ang gusto nila, yun yung look na gusto nila. Hindi naman bagay doon sa place. When you say, sample, gusto mo rustic, tapos dadalhin mo sa conventional type. Like, it's like classic type or parang chapel, tapos gusto mo maging forest or something. Siyempre, iba naman yun.
Okay, isisingit ko lang to kasi magagamit natin in our announcement later on. What is your favorite theme again if it were up to you to style a certain occasion?
Like my team now on my booth at Enchanted.
Enchanted. Now pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be using that keyword in a little while. But to move on, let me ask you, sir, with everything starting to go back to normal, what is your forecast for the future of weddings, events, this whole landscape as we move on to the better normal?
Okay, specific sa kukunin yung place or location at tapos syempre consider nyo rin yung mga supplier kung kaya nilang gawin talaga doon. Hindi naman kami magician para i-transform yung place ng ganun lang kadali. Syempre, if we have budget, well, we can transform everything. Pero kung wala tayong budget, syempre.
We have an artist in our midst, everybody, and I'm sure a lot of you might want to send a message through FJ's way. So, for those that want, sir, to get in touch with you, how do they do that? Any message to the people watching right now? Any promos that you would like to share?
Okay, you can check our page, our FJ Sionson Flowers and Events on Facebook, and in our Instagram is FJ Sionson Flowers and Events.
Short yet sweet, and at the same time, very substantial. So, as what we've been doing for the previous guests that we have, si Sir FJ, meron din pamigay ngayong hapong ito. And he is going to be giving away one bridal bouquet and or complete bouquets for the entourage as well.
Yes.
For both ba or either or lang po yan,
Both.
sir? For both. All right. So if you want to get a chance to get a free bridal bouquet as well as bouquet for your whole entourage, this is all you have to do. Can you tell us what is the favorite theme of one FJ Sionson? All right? What is the favorite theme for styling of Sir FJ? Type in your answers in the comment section below, and please, again, do not forget to include the hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and GM Bridal Fair Live Show. The winners are going to be announced later on in the program. So with that being said, everybody, palakpakan po ulit natin, Mr. FJ Sionson. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so before we move on with the rest of the program, if you find anybody interesting throughout this bridal fair, all you have to do is log onto the website of the Getting Married Bridal Fair. It's gettingmarriedbridalfairfills.com. All right, gettingmarriedbridalfairfills.com. You will see the list of a complete set of suppliers here. Just send them a message, book them through the bridal fair website, and you'd be sure to get fantastic rates and fantastic deals. Now, to move on with what we have left, we have another special guest. So with that, to give you an idea of what we have for you guys, please watch this.
We're getting married, we're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married. It's fine, our souls are meant to be together. Say I do, I love you, and say hey. We're getting married, na 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 na. 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 We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. Na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, married, married. It's the time, the moment is now. Oh, I just can't wait to be with you.
Feel the joy, we'll be sharing our vows, and a promise make our dreams come true.
Stars aligned, we're ready for a brand new story.
Say I do,
I love you,
and say hey.
we're getting married. Na 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 na. We're getting married. Na na.
All right, now on to something a lot of you might be really interested to hear, because what we're going to be diving into is one of the centerpieces of celebrations such as this, because what is a wedding celebration, birthday celebration, or any celebration in general without a wonderful cake? All right. So now, to tell us more about that, the man behind Cakes by Mannix. Everybody, a round of applause for the hippest guy in the room, Mr. Mannix Peña.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you very much.
The hippest guy in the room. Everybody's really stiff and dressed up. Tapos here we are, the most youthful person in the whole of Hilton, Manila right now.
I always try to break the norm.
Oh, see, now you know that your cakes are in good hands. This guy goes beyond what is expected, right?
I try to most of the time. I think that's why our clients keep coming back. So, yeah.
All right, so before we talk about your cake, sir, this is also really curious from my end because we got to speak with stylists, with a hotel earlier, with Miss Cucci, who was behind planning weddings and celebrations. When it comes to putting together cakes, how have you guys been affected, or if at all been affected during the past year?
I think the past year or so, I think everybody got affected, basically. But I think it's a matter of how you handle things anyway. But for us, we have been affected, but in general, we try not to sacrifice the quality. So right now, with the amount of people that we have working in the shop, we try to output maybe, if not as much, but we try to output at least a good quality as well. So, I mean, the cakes are smaller. They're not the same as before. Before, the biggest piece that we did was like 12, 13 feet.
13 feet?
Yeah.
This was for a wedding?
For a wedding. And they flew in Boys Avenue and all that stuff, so you can see all types of grandeur with different type of weddings.
Oh, did
yeah.
they?
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
that must have been a celebration.
Yeah, my clients, the people that come to me usually are quite, I mean, they know what they want. So, and they really want to make their day special. So they come to me, they tell me, okay, this is what I want, or sometimes they come with a blank slate and they just say, do whatever you want. So, which is kind of good. Those are the ones I like.
Yeah, sure. So now that you mentioned, let's get into that because I wanted to ask you that in a little while. But then, since we're already talking about it, just so everybody has an idea of the kind of work that you do, Mannix, what aside from the people that know what they want, what kind of clientele would you say you work best with, sir?
I think I work best with clientels that don't know what they want.
Or
they
I stand corrected.
Yeah, or at least something like, they have some inkling. Because there's some clients that are so particular that they know what they want. It becomes a little difficult sometimes because you end up not being able to do what you feel would be better for the piece. But at the same time, because they want it their way, it's kind of difficult. It's dangerous in a way because when you listen too much to one client, and if the output is not exactly what they had in mind, it's really difficult that way. But as much as possible, we try to manage expectations, and we deal as well with sort of like giving them a heads up or warning on something. But I always try to put a little bit of sort of a disclaimer in the back saying that at the end of the day, I'm the artist. So sometimes if there's something else that's needed to make it even more beautiful or more special, I have the sort of the last say, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really interesting to hear because a common misconception perhaps when people or couples approach someone who can put their wedding cake together or their birthday cake together, they aren't hiring a baker, just a common baker. They are hiring a legitimate artist.
Exactly. I think that's where a lot of people have a misconception that a cake maker is all about the technicals, just about the cake. But for me, I always believe cake is an art form. So people come to me, they want the best, so we try to deliver that as well. So the only way I can do that is to be able to, envision what I can envision and share it with my clients. But sometimes if, like there are some clients that if I know that I really can't get to what they want, that kind of thing, so sometimes I will tell them myself and be candid about it as well.
So when people decide, all right, I want a cake done by Mannix, what kind of signature touch can they expect, or what do you think sets you apart from everybody else?
I think for my cakes, just for me alone, I don't want to say anything about anybody else's, but for me, I think what people come to me for is basically, first of all, it's the quality. Our craftsmanship is definitely very refined, even down to the sugar flowers, even down to the decoratives and stuff like that, and the accents and things. And also, basically, I think in general, the sort of finesse, the polished sort of look for them, yeah.
So if we were to put it in a nutshell, perhaps in 2 words, what are cakes by Mannix?
What are cakes by Mannix?
Quality, perhaps?
I think more of cakes by Mannix is really much more of appreciation for perfection. I'm a bit OC in the kitchen, so every small little thing I actually get into, like even the way the flower is bent or the way the flower is done, things like that, and even the colors. So it's really more about the creativity and the finish, basically.
I like that, and I think it gives comfort to people watching that they're in good hands when they want their cakes made by you. So a keyword.
Some of it's OC.
would it be safe to say, all right, if we were to ask a bonus question later, appreciation for perfection would be something good to keep in mind.
Yeah.
All right. Pay attention to that. Keep that in your head because we might be able to use that later on. Okay, so going back, sir, to talking about your clients or most of the clients that you work with who aren't really too familiar with what they want, is there a difference between cakes that are made for weddings and cakes that are made for, let's say, birthday celebrations?
I think it depends on style. My style is more of the elegant look, the more creative, artistic look. There are some people for birthdays that I think people like it to be themed, like a golf cake or something like that, or something that's along the lines of, what do you call this, like rainbows or something like that for birthdays. That's what people mostly like to do. For weddings, I tend to lean more towards the sort of very elegant, something timeless and classic. I take into account that when they have these photos that they're sharing in a couple of years, that these cakes don't look sort of like too trendy, that they probably people won't appreciate them as much then. I mean, in the future, maybe, that kind of thing. So we try to keep them timeless and elegant, basically.
All right, so to be able to get a glimpse of a sample of what your work is like, I think we're going to get a chance to flash. No, we have a video prepared here of a cake that you actually prepared that's set up right outside the ballroom. Can we show it to the people watching now? Okay, can you take us through it? I'm not sure if we can see it from our monitor here, but then can you take us through the cake that you prepared here this afternoon?
That cake, again, we kept it very timeless, very simple. Where is it? Oh, there you go. These are some pieces that I've created before. As you can see, very detailed, very polished, and the craftsmanship. Again, all the sugar flowers are all handmade, and it's a matter of just combining different accents, combining different flowers, that kind of thing. And that's a 13-feet one that just went by. So basically, I think in general, we also play with materials like this one, wafer papers, and we play with painting as well too. And then again, with the different accents. I love doing these moldings, these sort of bas-reliefs kind of thing, yeah.
Oh my good, these are the sorts of cakes that I just get to see in kitchen reality shows where they make outlandish designs for
Actually,
pastry.
we have one problem. People don't want to cut into them or eat them.
Yeah, I'd have the same problem too. They look beautiful, too beautiful to actually eat or to cut into.
I always tell them, just go ahead, cut it, because if they don't want to cut it, maybe next time they won't order from me anymore.
All right. Really quickly, sir, since we don't have the whole day because as much as I'd like to talk more about the cakes, what is the process for someone or a couple that might want to have a wedding cake done by you, sir?
Basically, if they want a cake done by me, first of all, they contact us, and then what they will do is they probably would tell us when their wedding is, because we need to know in advance as well too. when your wedding is, because sometimes we get booked up. After that, we discuss the theme, what kind of theme they want. We look for pegs. We also look for mood boards and stuff like that. And then from there, I take it from there. And once the clients agreed to the presentation that I've made for them, basically that's about it. And then we go from there. We schedule them, and that's it.
And then you do your sorcery, and then boom, beautiful cake.
Me and my minions.
All right. So, sir, before we let you go, is there any way or how can our viewers get in touch with you? Any promos that you would like to share? What are your last words for the people watching before we let you go, Sir Mannix?
Basically, you can reach me on IG, Cakes by Mannix, Instagram. And as for today, I think right now we do have... I've kind of created my own not created my own, but I personalized some champagne under Cakes by Mannix by Moët Chandon. So what will happen is most of my clients who reach a certain level in terms of the size of the cake, we do give a free Moët champagne from Cakes by Mannix.
I would gladly take that freebie.
I'll send you one.
Thank you, Mannix. All right. So now, out of the generosity of Mannix's heart, we're going to give away something special again for our viewers here. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Mannix, all right? We will give one 3-foot cake with one bottle of Moet champagne for one lucky winner, and two winners of one bottle of Moet as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That's separate. One cake and one bottle of champagne, and 2 separate bottles of champagne to 2 lucky winners.
Yes.
Okay. So now, I already see people typing in their answers even before I ask the question. Okay. But let me ask for formality's sake. This is what you have to answer. Okay. So, what did Mannix say was the special touch that that clients can get when they have their cakes done by Mannix Peña himself? All right? What is the special touch that he offers when you have your cake done with Mannix? All right? All you have to do, type in your answers in the comment section below. And please do not forget to include the hashtags GM Bridal Fair Online and GM Bridal Fair Live Show. Once again, thank you very much for the time, Sir Mannix. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you also for having me. Thank you very much.
Round of applause, Mr. Mannix Peña, everybody.
We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married.
All right, so now, before I turn you over to the very talented and dashing host, Mr. JC Alelis, may isisingit lang kami quick video for you guys to watch. So please watch this.
We've shared great times together. Through countless celebrations. And even in traveling the world. But even if these times have been trying, so long as we're here, the fun doesn't have to stop. Even if it's just online. Or just at a distance. There will always be a reason to celebrate.
It's time. We do it all again. You heard it from the man himself. It's time that we do it all again. And with live events and weddings starting to open up full force once again in the Philippines, it's time to celebrate, let loose, let's enjoy together. And if you've been watching the program from the very beginning, Mr. RJ Ledesma put it well, that hosts are very integral when it comes to piecing your program together, because aside from having that structure, it's the host, aka me, RJ, and the gentleman that you're going to be seeing later, Mr. JC Alelis, that will make it happen. So all you have to do is log on to the website of gettingmarriedbridalfairfails.com. You will see a list of very talented suppliers there. Book them, because if you book through the website, you will get special rates, special promos, and perhaps some freebies as well, myself included, if you book through the website. And let me just plug my promo, my very special promo for the Getting Married Bridal Fair live show. Please share this video, like my page on Facebook, and please, when you share this video, put it in the caption. I want at Kevin Lapena to host my wedding. And tomorrow or the day after that, ikokolekta ko muna yung mga entries. I'm going to be giving away one wedding for free, which I will host for one lucky couple. All right? So that being said, I am very much looking forward to seeing all of you once again. I hope you consider getting me for your future weddings and celebrations. But then for now, I will be turning you over to another talented host. Once again, I've been Kevin Lapena. I'll see you guys soon. Mr. JC Alelis coming up.
We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married, na 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 na. We're getting married. Just say yes, let's be blessed and say hey. We're getting married.
Unbelievable. Getting to see from the styling to the music of the Manila Philharmonic Orchestra, from the work of Leyva to the direction of Robbie Carmona and everything. And how nice it is that you can marry, pun intended, all these styles.
Everything was on point today. And what better way to usher in a new era of weddings coming back? No, it's a great time for everybody. It's springtime for everybody.
We are coming back. We are on the way back.
We're here.
We are here, and the future looks bright for everybody. I can speak for everybody else here that we had a good time, but I want to hear from everybody watching right now. Did you guys have a good time tonight?
Yeah. I see Charisse of Nice Print. I see Gideon. I saw Red Sarmiento a while ago. Teddy Manuel is right over there. Dave Sandoval also. Do we have any couples in attendance? Soon to wed couples? Hi.
I see a few.
We hope you
they dropped
enjoyed
by.
everything. We hope you enjoyed the show.
So I think there's a lot of partying left to be done. But before we send everybody off, what else do you have to say, JC?
Well, I know this day was headlined by that gorgeous, transcendent fashion show of Michael Leyva. But I gotta hand it to our stylists, whose work really made the the Hilton Manila ballroom so much more radiant.
A round of applause for all the stylists for
Congratulations to all of our stylists. Congratulations to 2171, to Jack's Floral, Gary Dakanai, Randy Lazaro.
More to mention.
More to mention.
You know who you are. Thank you very much.
Amazing work today from everybody.
But then now that they've seen the prowess that is Mr. JC Alelis, anything else that you would like to plug? How do they reach you?
Well, I'm very much on Instagram, and you can just search for me as JC Alelis on Instagram and Facebook as well. You could also check out www.jcalelis.com or on YouTube. I have a few videos on there. And my right beside me is actually one of the hosts that I'm excited to work with. Finally, it's our first time.
Kahit konting teaser lang.
Kahit konting teaser lang. And I heartily recommend Kevin Lapena also. We would be happy to party with you and rock your event, whether it's a wedding, a debut, or any affair where you would like a little bit of polish, a little bit of storytelling live.
And a whole lot of fun.
And a whole lot of fun from start to finish.
Sakto ngayon, because as we're waiting for our special guest to set
Mr.
up over
Fun
here,
himself, Mr. Paulo Ledesma. Yes.
we still have some
Right here.
chatting time pala because we're gonna wait for them to set up. And it's very timely that this is a bridal fair with special promo rates. Baka makuha na tayong dalawa at one event.
Actually, we will offer Kevin and I the one night only package rate of if you want to get us sabay, you just have to. There's a secret password that you have to mention. It's a secret code word that you have to input in
Okay,
the site.
I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
Are we at liberty to divulge anything more, or it's for them to know?
For them to know, they have to stick around and listen to the songs of Third Avenue.
Tama.
Yung
That is what they should do.
first word ng mga kanta ng Third Avenue, lahat ng kakantahin nila, tandaan nila yung mga first word, put them together, that's the code word.
That is the secret
the
message
secret
that
code word.
you have to email it to JC.
What a diabolical plan, you know?
Okay,
What
I
a
want to get your
diabolical
thoughts
plan.
on what happened today. Since we get this chat time right now, what was your favorite part? Kung wala man, what stood out the most? What did you enjoy the most, JC?
I'm going to go Senti with this one. I really enjoyed, and I'm sure you did too, chatting with friends from the industry. It's not really an interview. Eh. What I'd like to tell them, what I was telling them off stage was, guys, chat lang tayo, usap lang tayo, haven't seen you in a long time, catch up lang tayo.
Parang catch up eh.
Oh, yeah,
no?
and we just happen to have an audience of actual live couples, and just hearing about how they've adapted, how they've thrived, and how I'm sure they'll continue to thrive. No, it just brings a smile to my face and say, hey, you know what? We're here. We're here. Of course, I won't fail to mention that fashion show, the bridal collection, the 2021 bridal collection of Michael Leyva. I was telling Kevin Ganina backstage, you know, Michael Leyva, a veteran in the fashion industry, standing ovation in the 2018 LA Fashion Week. Recently concluded 2021 Arab Fashion Week.
Global
too much
superstar.
acclaim. Was tearing up here at the Getting Married online.
Yeah, everybody
bridal
saw
fair.
that right in
Everybody.
front of the camera.
That was an amazing moment. Just to see someone of his accomplishments, the accolades that he has, the accomplishments that he has, you know, right here with us, fellow industry people, no, really bringing these dream gowns to life. It's amazing. As a, you know, I obviously have to kind of put myself in the shoes of a bride. Pero di ba, wearing a Michael Leyva gown, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So even if hindi to Michael, maybe in the future, right? How did it feel for you that you had to actually open a Michael Leyva fashion show?
I hear it was a toss-up, man. It was a toss. Kuchi was like, flip the coin. It's like
Mas pogi ito si JC.
heads JC, tails Kevin. I happened to win the toss, so I had the privilege, and it was
You
a
were too
privilege.
kind.
I had the privilege. It felt like a privilege talaga. And I'm so honored to have been able to do that, not just for our guests, for our audience, not just for Miss Kuchi and the rest of the Getting Married team, not just for Mr. Michael Leyva, but you know, for the models, for everyone here who really came together. It's an amazing feat to put together a show like this. I missed it. I missed all of the craziness backstage.
Yeah.
Diba? Seeing people running around like headless chickens. Oh no, we gotta reattach this. We gotta do that.
Tapos may pressure sa'yo na kailangan perfect because everybody's on their toes.
Grabe.
Want to make this as perfect as possible.
Diba? And I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. I mean, you know, when we as MCs, we're team players. That's what we are, and we like to see things come together so well like they did today. What was your favorite moment?
Oh, I don't want to put on a certain spotlight on any particular moment throughout the day, but encompassing all the events during the program, I think what made me feel the most emotion is just seeing everybody from our co-suppliers to the guests, to Kuchi, to the models, and to all the entertainers really genuinely work hard together to put on a fantastic show.
And that's what it's all about. That's what these events are all about, and that's what makes them essential. When we're able to pull off these grand, I guess, ideas, concepts, and bring them to life for our couples, for our debutantes, for our clients. So that is very much why I'm so glad to be part of the Getting Married online bridal fair. I have been in some capacity for quite some years now, and it just keeps getting better. I mean, Miss Kuchi,
This is the biggest,
She's
diba?
not slowing down.
Yeah.
She's not slowing down. I mean, of course, obviously with the pandemic, we have to change things up a little bit. Kaya nadagdagan ng online affix dun, no? But She ain't slowing down, man.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been a part of the very first, since the very first iteration of the online version of the bridal fair, no? Kala natin, alright, siguro babalik na yung physical fair, how big pa can it get?
I get what you mean. It felt like, is this a one-off? This might be a one-off, right? The last time that we did this, right?
We'll see. This is the future. Maybe my hybrid, di ba?
Yeah, no, but last time, I mean, the first time that we did this, it was like, parang medyo testing the waters.
Maliit pa yung kwarto. Maliit pa yung kwarto.
Pero now, look at this.
Oo.
Look at this. So we're back, and I just see it getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, yeah.
from
And we
here.
can't wait for that. Pao, just give us a thumbs up if you guys are ready to rock. We're gonna take it home. Ito na, sineset up na pala yung mga live stream camera.
Always another favorite part of hosting weddings is in the end, when I get to turn it over to the band. Let's party, mabuhay ang bagong kasal. Because then the band's gonna entertain everybody.
Yeah.
While I go to the bar. Diba?
Enjoy maybe a glass of Moet.
Enjoy a glass of
Moet.
Moet.
Yeah, you got it, you got it.
Moet Chandon.
So for the lucky people who got to win bottles of Moet, in-announce na siguro sa website and the
Yes.
Facebook page of Getting Married Bridal
Yes,
Fair.
among other things, all of the winners of today's giveaways were announced kanina. I wish I had better eyesight, man. I can't see the... I wish I could see the... Oh, everyone is so hyped still about the fashion show. But
wow.
Francine, Andrea, and of course,
Zaira.
complimenting, diba? Lahat.
Kung gusto nyo magpa-shoutout kay the Mr. JC Alelis, mag-message lang kayo or mag-comment into the comment section. Here, we're still live, everybody. Come on.
Looks like we pulled off quite the show today. Can't think of a better way to end it than with these guys.
Ito na ba?
Ito na.
Ready na ba?
This is it, Pansit.
Ready na ba? All right. So once again, everybody, guys, ready na ba? Sisigaw na kami dito ni JC. Okay. Any final words?
Thank you
JC.
so much for being here at the Getting Married Online Bridal Fair. Again, I'm one of your hosts, JC Alelis.
I am Kevin Lapena. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And to play us through our after party, ladies and gentlemen, Third Avenue!